and we are we're live.
Oh, lovely. Well, I'd like to start off the week with a quote, Jimmy.
Let's go.
It's a quote from a fella. I've been thinking about it quite a lot since I read it. It's by Dr. Michael Baden. You put ribs in the oven at 200 degrees for 4 hours and they'll fall off the bone. Your body is on a skeleton at 98.6 degrees for 70 years. Does now. And
Yeah,
that's a quote there from Dr. Michael Baden.
It's called the meat paradox, and I believe you might have taken that from the memes part of our Discord because I put it in there last week.
Nah, this has been written there for a couple of weeks. This is early on in my notes, this. But it's nice. Maybe I found it because it's been going around on the memes. Then maybe I don't know. But yeah, it's fucking. It's been living in my head for a while. I thought it was good.
What that you're we're essentially. I mean, think about it. Like,
well, it just proves science wrong immediately.
No,
science says to cook meat, you got to cook it, and if you cook meat slower, it'll be tender. Whereas if you did cook meat slow, like what we're doing with us, and if I go and bite a person, it's not going to be tender. It's not going to be nice to eat. It's going to be fucking chewy.
But in order to cook something, you have to apply a higher heat than what it usually exists in. So
so that's why you cool down meat first.
Think about ice, right? If you wanted to cook ice, you just take it out of what habitat it exists as ice in, which is 0 degrees. You take it anywhere higher than that, and it's cooking slowly, but it's cooking. I mean, obviously in this case, it's just melting. The technical term we're looking for
there is boiling.
No, it's not. That's completely wrong because boiling would be 100 degrees. That's when you turn it to steam. I mean, if you want to turn something directly from ice to steam, there's going to be in between that. You're going to have geysers.
Geysers.
Essentially, like
would it be blanching? Are you blanching the water at that temperature?
Yes, you are blanching water in water.
Yes.
Which I don't think that's
the
possible.
Blandest blanch going.
Yeah. What we're having today, we're just having boiled water.
Yeah.
We're just having
boiled water.
We're gonna have boiled frozen water. That's what we're having. Frozen meal for tea tonight. Get it out, stick it in microwave. This was ice.
We like to challenge the water bears, which apparently they found on the moon now.
Have they?
Yeah, saw that the other day.
You actually saw water bear? You saw videos of water bears living on the moon?
I saw an article, and it said within it that they found water bears, and then they showed a picture of one, really, really zoomed in, and realistically, that could be anywhere. But
coming back to your original point, because I don't want to just refute this without sort of bringing a little bit of possibility to it. Right, so if recently, I mean, I don't know what this is probably actually going to go out around about on time, innit? Because we've fucking almost completed the backlog. So this is almost time specific. Almost
within about 2 months or so. 3 months.
All right, fantastic. All right, well, it was Christmas the other day, and for Christmas.
But for you listening, it was Valentine's Day the other day.
Yeah. So I mean, while you put your Santa's hat on, right? Stop booking. Put your Santa's hat on because it's Christmas story. And
you need to remember you can only put away your Christmas decorations after the Ascension on Pancake Tuesday. That was something I was always told growing up. So if you have still got your Santa's hat out, you can't put it away until Pancake Tuesday because otherwise it's bad for you.
Hang on, I thought it had to be down within like the first before the 4th or 5th of Jan.
Yeah. But then if you've left anything up after that time, you can only put them away back in the loft or whatever on Pancake Tuesday.
What the fuck is that? Where the fuck is the correlation there? Please explain.
It's just what my dad told me when I was growing up, and he always told me when we left, like if we left something out by mistake, he'd be like, no, you've got to leave that there till Pancake Tuesday.
Now, your dad sounds a bit like me, which is someone that says they're working smart, not hard, but really they're lazy.
Do you reckon that's what it was, just laziness?
I reckon it's just a rule. Do you know when you've got, like, I've got rules for it. Like, if you tell us why I've got to do something and I really can't be asked to do it, I will find seamlessly, without any sort of thought at all, so you won't think of it of, he's just making an excuse there. I'll find some sort of logic that means that I don't have to do that thing now. Even if I've made it up on the spot, I'll make it sound fucking legit. And it sounds like your dad was just a king at that.
Well, he stuck with it for years, but if he was truly lazy, then on New Year's Eve, would he really go out of his way, no matter what he's doing, if he's at home, to go and find a piece of coal, a slice of bread, and a handful of salt so he can walk out the back door and walk in the front door?
I mean, you could be lazy and superstitious.
You think?
Those two are not like mutually exclusive.
Well, isn't that just superstitious though, saying that you can't put it until Pancake Tuesday? He never told me what the bad thing that would happen was. He never explained that. It just lingered over like something bad will happen. And like as a kid growing up whose dad had multiple heart attacks and been in and out of hospital, there was probably a part of me thinking, is that why he had a heart attack the other Christmas?
He left that fucking holly wreath out last Christmas, put it up midway through Feb, and fucking now look at him, wheelchair.
Yeah.
Can't be doing
he's
that.
Ruined himself.
I mean, I'm starting to get a sort of idea of where your belief in everything but science has come from. It's all superstition. Your dad's been like, nah, you can't. Look, if you open the window on a Monday, you can't shut it till the fucking following Tuesday, 2 weeks after, right? Because otherwise the foxes will get in and eat your recycling. And you're like, all right, fair one. Dad said that, so yeah, sound.
That's why we had lots of damp in the house, because we could never open the window, because we'd always miss that Tuesday and it'd upset him.
Everyone's sweating in your house. You are actually slow cooking in your house because the climate's higher. Coming back to that original
just
point.
to ruin Michael Baden, our bodies were actually at 99 degrees, a whole 0.4 degree higher.
But
rare.
If you want to like I made comfy salmon for starter this year for Christmas dinner, which is what I was coming back to. And you cook that.
What does comfy mean?
Comfy means to cook in fat, so you're not frying.
Okay.
Because if you're deep frying something, you're frying it at a high heat, yeah? So it crisps the outside, and it doesn't sort of... Obviously, the oil will permeate and penetrate the meat or whatever it is to cook it, but it doesn't just soak into it. Like, it's sort of like... It reacts with the outside to sort of form a crust, but crust and a crisp. That's why deep fried shit's crispy. If you comfy stuff, you cook it at a way lower heat. So you cook... Like, I cook this salmon at 37 degrees... Celsius, so that's really fucking low. It's just warm to the touch, and that cooked because like obviously that fish really in its normal environment won't be in that fucking heat of water for that amount of time. So really, I suppose if you took us to places that we weren't supposed to be, like I don't know, Death Valley or whatever, like we would sort of slowly cook. But I think we'd die before we cook, at which point we'd probably start to rot instead because we're not in the most prime condition.
So who's going to taste nicer then? Is it going to taste nicer to get put some Africans in Greenland or something? Will they taste nicer than putting an Englishman in Egypt?
No, if you take someone from Kenya and put them in Greenland, then you're making bird's eye Africans there, mate. You're going to freeze them, which is great for transportation.
But then when you cook them later, would they taste better?
They might taste fresher. Because I mean, if you freeze a pea on site, if you freeze a pea on site and then cook it later, a frozen pea and a normal pea, not too much difference. But say say you took us at this temperature, room temp, and then took us over to like somewhere proper hot. Say, let's go to Dubai. Fuck it, let's go out there. Yeah. We'd cook. But I think we'd rot before we actually got to the point where we cooked because we'd dry out and we'd be a little bit minging. You can't cook us right, basically.
We'd be a bit like a cheap biltong kind of thing, just...
Yeah, and there's a lot of that shit going about. That is a trend.
Yeah, I was very disappointed by it the other day. I got a bag of it thinking, oh yes, not had this for years. And it was like more like carpet than anything.
It
wasn't chewy and dry, it was just chewy.
We are doing the 2022 predictions episode, and I think we've talked about food fads before. We've talked about like do you remember when there was all those videos of that raclette cheese getting melted onto shit at fucking restaurants, and like there was the year where everyone went everyone went
wheels.
Yep, everyone went mad for Biscoff, everyone went mad for peanut butter. The last few years, I think it's going to be smash burgers have been the last year or so as well. Everyone's been buzzing off a smash burger because it looks cool when you make them on the internet. I think this year...
that because they bring all the ingredients together, like a Nintendo franchise.
No, it's actually because the Smash Burger was invented by Smash Mouth.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, and that's how they got that's actually how they got to sing the tune for Shrek. Was their monopoly on the burger market essentially.
I heard it was part of the deal that they had with Bird's Eye to allow Bird's Eye to keep selling Bird's Eye had to get them in on the film.
Did Bird's Eye ever sold
Captain
Bird's
had to pull
Eyes?
some strings. I would imagine so, in them fucking turkey dinosaurs in that meat. They're in the
No,
chicken dippers.
there's
There's going to be
not
eyes
a
in them
there
chicken
is
dippers.
not a piece of. But you're giving them far too much credit to say there's any bird whatsoever in those things. I refuse to
Oh, it's
have.
Bernard Manning anyway, isn't it?
But no, it's fucking no, it's not. It's fucking Bernard Matthews. Bernard
Bernard
Manning.
Matthews. Bernard Matthews. Bernard Manning's doing different thing with Turks.
Yeah, Bernard. Not a massive fan of them. Bernard.
He's roasting them
yeah, one
rather
Bernard.
than shoving them in the oven.
Yeah, one Bernard's oven cooking them, and one is really, really, really roasting them. Yeah. Both horrible to birds in their own way. But this sort of brings us to our first point, which for once we've actually talked about ideas off the podcast, and that is this is a segue into food, and our ideas for solving the obesity crisis.
Oh, I forgot
Yeah,
this was something we'd mentioned.
Yeah, do you remember our lead up to Christmas talk about the two restaurants we were going to run?
Not at all.
You don't remember? I mean, to fill you in a bit, obesity crisis, one of many crises hitting the country.
Oh, I remember.
One of the things that if you now I'm not going all Joe Rogan. I'm not going to be dishing out fucking prescriptions for ivermectin. But if not yet, we're not sponsored. If ivermectin gets to us before Blue Chew do, then fucking say no more. No hard-ons.
We'll
for
take
anyone.
any back alley pharmaceutical. I don't care what they do.
100%. If you're selling dodgy paracetamol out the back of a one-stop, get in touch for 250 quid a month. We'll fucking read out an advertisement for you, and we'll make it half.
We'll do the first one for 50 quid.
Yeah,
A taster.
yeah, but we don't send us any free shit. That is the thing about the sort of advertisers we're appealing to, is like, we don't want the free stuff. You keep the free stuff because we know it's fucking shite. But by all means, we'll advertise it. We're the opposite of those people who are like, we're only going to advertise, we're only going to read out sponsors who we really find ourselves aligned with. Fuck that shit. We're not going to pull the wool over your eyes. We're not going to even pretend to like the stuff that we're advertising. From the get-go, here's a forewarning. If we're ever sponsored by anyone, probably don't buy the shit, because it's well dodgy, and they've reached out to us, which means they had no one else to talk to. Now, that being said, let's hope no possible sponsors or advertisers ever hear that bit. And let's talk about the obesity restaurant. The Eat What You Can Catch restaurant.
Yeah, that was a good idea, that. I did like that idea.
It's multifaceted, right? Obesity, massive problem. A literal massive problem. If you're worried about COVID, and I'm wearing my mask and all that shit, but behind that mask you're still stuffing your face full of Maltesers and doner kebabs every day.
You're using your second or third chin to hold the mask in place.
It's actually
So it don't
caught
ride
between
up
the
your
two.
face.
It's caught between the two, and like it's been enveloped by the fold of the skin. So you would actually see where the bottom chin overlaps the bottom of the mask and sort of comes up over it.
Oh,
That's
no,
a
I
look.
thought you meant you can only tell they've got a mask on from behind because you can only see the elastic on the back of the ears. Everything else has been sucked in by the cheeks and the neck.
Like when you wrap like a joint of pork in string before you cook it. That's just the back of their neck. There's several masks, all the different bits are like former
You can
masks.
never get them off again.
Yeah, they just lost them.
Vaseline sales through the roof. Moisturiser through the roof.
Do you want to
They're
talk?
loving it.
Yeah, talking about Vaseline. Quick little additive. I think I've found a Christmas present worse than the Lynx set, the Lynx Africa set. I got a pack of 3 Vaselines this year.
Well, that's going to either mean they think that you go out too much with wet lips, or they think you're doing a lot of bum stuff, I would imagine.
It's not that sort of Vaseline. It's the stuff in the
Is it not?
tins. It's the stuff in the tins. It's the cocoa one and the aloe vera one and that. And I mean, I'm not.
Well, maybe they're trying to introduce some bum stuff to you then. They've not gone for the big tubs. They're like,
Well, they never
oh,
tried
well,
when I was a
look at-
kid, and that would have been the prime opportunity. So I mean, now is a little bit late when I can actually offer some resistance.
Yeah, but now they can warm you to it. They can woo you. They didn't have to woo you as a child. They just had to convince you if you do this, you get Happy Meal.
It wasn't very happy though, was it? I was crying into that Happy Meal.
That's why they were called that.
Yeah, they were that's fucking brilliant marketing. That like that's
is.
what can fix any sort of problem. The Happy Meal. You've been abused. You've been kicked out of school. You've got no prospects. We're out in the street. What can we get you? We'll get you this Happy Meal because it's the only part of your life that has any sort of smile to it whatsoever. The eat what you can catch restaurant. It's going to solve the obesity problem. We can solve strays. We can solve victims of like puppy farming and shit like that. Because I mean, anything that isn't going to get taken as a pet can just go in the restaurant. And the restaurant we sell it as an experience. So it's
you're not paying for the meal so much.
No, I mean it'll be cooked well. It'll have to be cooked well if you're going to get
a real chef.
If you want to get the proper flavour out of that sparrow, you need to put a lot of care and attention into it. That's if I mean to be fair.
And you deserve that, mate. If you can catch a sparrow.
I was about to fucking say if you can
Nimble
catch a
little bastards, them.
He is a large net. Off you go.
No, you could theme it. So because like the Chinese went to the war with sparrows, which I'm still obsessed with, they can only catch the sparrow with a pair of chopsticks.
I've got to
They
admit,
give them 5 minutes and a pair of chopsticks. They can spear it, they can club it, or they can just catch it out of the sky.
out of all of the things that I've made you aware of,
That's really stuck in there.
Yeah, I know, but the legitimate joy that comes to your face whenever we mention China's war against sparrows, and the fact that they lost.
Now.
You know?
Well, like that, you can see it's not fake. And I just love the idea of it.
It's.
Speaking of ideas, before we talk about the restaurant, I had an idea today. This is very off thingy, but maybe a prediction for 2022. Maybe. I thought it would be a good idea, right, for a TV show where it's like a thriller or a drama kind of thing all the way through it, where this guy's going and breaking into pieces, doing a bit of industrial espionage and everything like that into these pharmaceutical companies and places like that, and then maybe into a couple puppy farms and stuff.
Oh, God.
But then when you get to the end of it, the final part of the program, the big twist, the big reveal, is that this guy's been doing all of this stuff just so he can find some way of testing if his dog's gay.
Yeah. I mean, there's no other test.
No, that's all he's trying to do. And then you set yourself up for a sequel. Like, if he finds out the dog's gay, what's he going to do? Is he going to be like, yeah, I always knew? Or is he going to try and genocide them? Is he going to go on like a full-on thing for...
Gay conversion therapy for dogs.
Maybe that could be series 2, or that could be the film, the feature-length episode.
That is definitely the scope for a film. Because if you think it's got all the points, it's got current affairs, it's got woke topics.
The hero's journey.
It's got.
Because he's going to get better as he goes. We can bring back the 80s montage as well.
Yeah, it's got romance between a dog and a dog. I mean, the furries will lap that shit up. Do you know what? Furries will find that like an analogy or some sort of metaphor for their lives and be like, do you know what? You know, like the Wachowski, like the fucking people try to say the Wachowski brothers made The Matrix all about being trans. And that's what people come out to say about your film. They'll be like, do you know what? I mean, he obviously made this piece to highlight the plight that us furries go through as we first realised that we actually want to exist in a fursuit and wank in a fursuit constantly and fetishise other people who live in fursuits and just be sweaty together at Comic-Cons and shit. And then as we come to terms with that growing up, and then as we get the rejection from our parents and then the acceptance from the people around us, the other people who fucking stink sat in jizz-filled furry suits, and they'll think of it of like honestly, you'd be a champion of the furries. And now I don't know if that's what you want as a title. I think that
I'll take any title.
I mean,
as many accolades as possible.
Is King of the Furries better or worse than, like, I don't know, head of Al Qaeda? They're both extremists.
They both got a bit of power.
They both like dressing up. They do both like dressing up. Both despised by many.
I think from a PR standpoint, bearing in mind the podcast and the business, I would go for King of the Furries, because I think you may get more listeners if you do say to people, yeah, I'm the king of Al Qaeda, I'm the leader of Al Qaeda. If you say that on the thing, you are gonna get a lot more listeners, but they're gonna drop off pretty quickly when they realise this has nothing to do with radicalisation or anything. This is just some guy that genuinely believes that the world isn't real. This isn't what we want. But And look at this. You go on his website. There's not a sign up sheet. There's not even an email newsletter. There's just loads of testicles and disembodied rats. This has got nothing to do with this. Whereas the furries, there's a nice little bit of crossover there. They'll be like, oh yeah, look at that.
To be honest, mate, theoretically you should be a furry's nightmare, because you basically take all of their believed to be or assumed to be relatives and make a mockery of them in caricature form.
But I'm also touching animals in intimate places, albeit dead animals, innit? I'm not a weirdo.
Yeah, so that just means that they hate you and they're jealous of you at the same time.
I didn't think of it that way. I thought they might look up to me.
No, that's just, he's, not only is he killing all of our kin, but he's getting pussy, and that makes us doubly mad.
He's getting through inches of rat dick a week.
He hasn't even had to creepily DM people, like women on Reddit that we found on Reddit threads to try and fucking show them that his fat, decrepit, furry penis. He hasn't had to do
what
that.
Chinese women used to do with the shoes, with the feet, but to his dick to make it screw round like a pig.
Like a duck.
Or a duck. They both have corkscrew penises. Yeah.
Ducks, the rapists of the animal world.
Ducks are rapists of the animal world.
Really?
And in a way, pigs are as well, because they can't make eye contact when they're shagging.
Does that constitute rape?
Well, I mean, if you're going to do it like that every time, I would say you've got more of a tendency to just shag away and take it without being sort of.
You're just on either not great terms or really great terms with each other. Like there's definitely been points in relationships where there's been a lot of no contact shagging, but I would really like to hope that this wasn't an admission of guilt and that it was like mutual.
No, that's what the world is. That's my prediction for 2022. More guilt. Everyone's going to be made to feel more guilty about anything, and we should be a part of that. We should make people feel. So if you're making love to your missus, or you're shagging a girl that you used to know, or you're shagging the fella that's come back from wherever he's been away from, maybe at war, and you don't make eye contact with him, that could be sexual harassment there.
And give us a call now and we'll represent you in court.
You're going to love this. I have actually got a business idea.
Go on.
Written down. I've decided, look, I bought a book. I'm going to show to the listener now. I'm showing Jimmy a Exhibit A, which is a big black
the back of a planner
book. Yeah. And in that, I've been writing down things I've been thinking about and ideas and stuff. And one of the business ideas is windows with built-in vivariums.
Okay. What, like, all right.
Yeah, so you could put stick insects in there, snakes, whatever, eels if you wanted to, fucking whatever. And then it's going to act like insulation. But you're getting something out of it as well, because you've also got a lizard or a shitload of insects in your house, which is
aren't
cool.
they, just a small point, don't most things that live in vivariums require quite a bit of heat? And the insulation usually comes from partly the windows, but if that's a part of the window, wouldn't it be cold?
See, this is where it's clever though, because you still sell them heat mats and heaters for in the windows. So when the customer goes over to near the window, they feel the heat coming off it, and they're like, these are fucking working, these are working. Or you could maybe put some form of chemical, maybe a photosensitive chemical that turns a certain light level into more heat, radiates a heat from it. I don't know. Paint them black, paint the glass black, so it just absorbs the heat.
Brilliant window. Yeah, brilliant. Fucking yeah, I've started this new window business. You can't see through them, but I promise you now, there's a fucking chameleon in there.
It's full of lizards. It's painted black, full of lizards.
Honestly,
I
swear, you should see the fucking. He's got a little house to live in. He's got a rock. It's complete pitch black.
Imagine the scam. That'd be a hell of a scam, door to door, selling them. And people are buying them, and then you're like, right, you've got to sign up to also buy crickets. And then there's nothing in the window. You're just coming back every 2 weeks to sell a box of live crickets, and they're just putting them in this black box in the window.
Like when you've got travellers at the side of the road selling MacBooks in the boxes for fucking £100, and then you open them up and they've got a brick in the box. There's just actually nothing in.
Just like that, but with windows, with no lizards.
Fantastic. I mean, most people would probably pay more to have lizardless windows, but if we're selling lizard
at the market, you've upped demand in the local area for lizardless windows, a thing that people didn't even know they wanted, and now you can market it as a separate business under the same corporation against yourself.
A thing that people may not have realised they already own. People
who've had Windows, they didn't buy those windows as lizardless windows.
Yeah, people who've had Windows their entire lives suddenly looking at their windows and going, I can't actually, Linda, are ours lizardless? When that Safe Style mush came round, he said they were double glazing, but he didn't say whether they were lizardless or not. I tell you what, we'll have to get back in touch. Next bloke that comes round trying to sell us PVC, ask him if he's got lizardless windows as well.
Yeah, he's going to say yes. I'm like, yeah, I've got loads of lizardless windows. I can sort you right out, mate. We've done a big thing there for door-to-door window salesmen.
Someone fucking needs to, because that has to be one of the most pointless trades of all time. I'm sure.
I loved it, mate. I loved it.
I am confident.
Do it, mate. Go and do it. It's fun as fuck.
Nah.
You'd love it, mate. It's just, I'd get bored by about 3 hours in. I'd be bored. I'd have a sale or two under my belt, and I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna just ramble at people for as long as I can at every door about anything.
Yeah, that's the thing. I can understand that part, but as a job, like, there can't be anything in that. There can't be any money in that whatsoever for anyone. I mean, basically, there's a scam involved there, and I just can't work out who benefits. Because
it's at every level. The scam's going on at every level.
It's
all separate little scams.
Yeah, I mean, it's because it's not like a pyramid scheme. They don't make you buy the windows on yourself and then sell them on to people. It's not like multi-level, but there's something there where it's like there's no money being made here, and for some reason, the bosses of these companies, they just want people walking around housing estates. For some reason, that's the point. Yeah, that's the point.
They want to be a big name, but they're scared to fight. So they're like, right, I'm going to get you to spread lies about me. Tell everyone that I can put in windows. That sounds manly. Tell everyone that I'm a glazer. They'll love that. The women are going to love that. He's a big Jimmy's a glazer.
All it is.
Oh, fucking hell.
All the people who own double glazing businesses are all people that, like, weren't popular at school. Then they moved away from their own town for years. And now they're still unsuccessful, but they've gone, I really want to be successful. I want everyone in my own town to, like, remember who I was. So they've gone back and then started hiring people to sell windows for their business in their old hometown. Just so everyone in their hometown goes, hey, see fucking Alan. See how well he's doing for himself now. Now he's fucking selling windows and that. Never sold one. He lives miles away. He's just been like... His entire, like, maybe year 6 or something, he got his head flushed down the toilet and he was like, one day you'll all know who I am. And then he spent 30 years trying to become that person that he wanted people to think of him as. Failed completely and thought, what's the last-ditch attempt I can do? What's the businessman? How can I become a businessman without having a business?
He's married though as well. He is.
Stop.
That's what he's got out of life.
No,
that's what he's got out of life.
There's no
he's
such
happily
thing.
Married. And his wife is earning a lot more money than him. And occasionally she goes, here's $5,000 to go and get yourself something nice. And what he does with that is he rents a big advertisement board, one of them JCDX boards by bus stations. And he has his face put on it. And it's like Barry Greer's windows. And everyone sees it going, I went to school with him.
I like the idea.
He must be doing well if he can afford that.
I like the idea, but I refuse to admit that anyone in the glazing game is happy. I don't think happiness is an emotion that exists within the realm of glazing and UPVC. I think melancholy sums up... Drained is what I'd say.
Absolutely gutted.
Drained. Smashed. Sort of too late to go back to the restaurant idea, isn't it? Which is a shame because we fucking...
No, not really. We can carry it on. This is an entrepreneurial podcast, Jimmy, where we give people business ideas. No.
And the first business idea is not to get involved in the double glazing game. That is the first. I mean, we've legitimised and we've backed a lot of ideas on this podcast. The first one we're gonna really wholeheartedly reject, I dare say, is please, whatever you do. I mean, invest in Safe Moon and shit coins before you invest in double glazing as a business. It's not going to end well for anyone. I wonder what suicide rates are amongst people who own double glazing businesses.
No, I reckon they're pretty low because they just change the business every sort of 8 months, 9 months. They change the name of it, and it's always a limited company, isn't it?
I suppose if you work in
It's
glass,
probably just money laundering, realistically.
I suppose if you work in glass, you're destined to go through a lot of pain.
Ooh, look at that. Well, we could end the show there, guys. That's as good as it's gonna get. I've been Tinfoil Jack.
Wrapped it up. First one of 2022. Nah, man. This is I'm fucking set on this idea because people like going to themed restaurants, right?
Yeah.
People like going to petting zoos. Why not? People like going to all-you-can-eat buffets, and if fitness is becoming an increasing focus of people, or it should be, and this combines like all of the above. You can have that authentic. You can also have the experience of going on safari without actually having to go to like Africa or anywhere. I mean, we don't have we don't live in Texas or anything anywhere, so we won't have any rescued big cats or anything that you could chase and hunt. But we will have like the odd badger, so maybe an injured fox, quite a few stray dogs, cats, pigeons, loads of pigeons, rats.
There's got to be some budgies that escape occasionally as well.
Yeah, you got the odd parakeet, maybe even the odd snake. We've got adders up here, round near me. I've got adders.
They might be like the British blowfish. Delicacy. Very dangerous to eat, but a delicacy.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's definitely a range. You've also got pheasants, and you've got to think, like, the aim of the restaurant is you can eat what you can catch and kill. This also, I mean, as a byproduct, which wasn't initially, I didn't really initially consider it, but thinking about it, like, it would also work in favour of vegans, because fatter people...
I was going to say, no?
Yeah, fatter people, and also people who sort of... The only reason they eat meat is because they aren't part of the food process where they have to be involved in its death. Some people will be actually put off. That is, as part of what is meant to be a comedic situation, that is actually a decent outcome. That quite a few people probably would stop being carnivores and turn to veganism just because A, they don't have to kill animals, and B, vegetables don't move, and it's much easier to catch a vegetable than catch a rabbit.
But I reckon it'd be pretty easy to fucking stab a cow.
Physically,
like look at slashing. Right. Horses are fast.
Yeah.
And people still cut them up with razor blades, man.
But
so to stab a cow's lazy, mate. You could get up to a cow if it's friendly enough.
I mean, I've got past with cows. Me and my friend were almost killed in Sunderland by a herd of cows.
More people are killed by cows every year than most other animals. Cows and deer kill more animals.
More people are killed per cows per year than lions and tigers combined.
Yeah. It's one of the highest. It's in my manifesto. And why we should kill the cows.
And what they do is they trample. Like, they swarm and trample. So, like, they'll form a ring around you almost and get you in the middle of that, and then they'll all start marching you down and try to trample you.
Moosh pit.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is, mate. That's exactly what that is. Fuck's sake. It's like, I can't see your face behind the mic shield, but the eyes say everything of how pleased you were with that as well.
I like to make you laugh. That's my challenge with this every time. Can I make him laugh? Or can I completely derail what he's talking about and make him go along with this, and how far will he go? That's the challenge of the show, and I think it is with you for me.
Yeah, and I think 2022 is the year of where I'm going to be more willing and open to that, because I'm sick of being... I've gone through I've done like the whole peak and trough thing. If you take a graph of my belief and then skepticism and then openness, it's come to the point where I thought for a while, like, I was very open, and then I became skeptical, and I thought for a while that being skeptical in most things was probably a good idea because most things are bollocks. And I've started to realise now that everything's bollocks, which also makes everything possible. So probably got to be a lot more open in 2022. I mean, look at what the fuck's happening. Like, the skeptic in us would never have put us in the situation with the world where we are now. We've got elite level pimp, wives of pimps, paedophile pimps, doing time for crimes.
Waps.
Pardon?
Waps.
Wives and pimps.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got Ghislaine holed up, fucking in prison, being the only one doing time for. I mean,
A lot of people's crimes.
yeah, if we're admitting that Ghislaine Maxwell was involved in all of this shit and has been found guilty of all this shit, that means that this shit's all legit. Which means that no one else is getting fucking arrested for it. That's just... I know we've gone off on a little bit of a tangent, but we had to fucking wedge this in somehow. Ghislaine Maxwell, which, contrary to what I was thinking was going to happen, she actually got found guilty.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
Said from the start that the prosecution were going to try and find a way of basically getting her the lowest sentence possible. She got fucking 5 out of 6? I think it was 5 out of 6 charges she was guilty on. There's one she wasn't found guilty on, I know that. And it weren't that she didn't do it, it was just, I think, like, lack of evidence. But that's fucked, because now what they've basically done with that trial and with the verdict is admitted that this shit's happened, and then gone, yeah, but we're not gonna bother looking at the rest, because you don't need to do. Those people are important. Those people matter. This Ghislaine Maxwell, she's just a socialite, and she was just the procurer for Mr. Jeffrey. Like, she can go away, but these other people, they've got jobs to do. They own businesses.
The personal shopper.
Essentially, yeah. It's exactly what she was. She was the person, the person that goes around Asda if you order your shopping online and puts all the shit in the basket and then brings it to you.
She's writing little notes to go with the order of the children in the little box from Wayfair. And she's writing, I know you ordered
I know you got a delivery of this.
4-drawer unit, and then in brackets, Filipino 4-year-old. But how about this Nicaraguan teenager?
No, it's
AKA
like the replacements.
Cabinet.
Like the replacements you get when you get your online shopping and like some of the bits. Sorry, we didn't actually have any Swedish 7-year-olds in. So how about this Pakistani 3-year-old?
And his sister.
And you're like, shit, that really isn't going to work in the recipe, but I suppose I'll have to find a way to make it. Looks like we're having Asian tonight, kids. But yeah, we're in a state where there's loads of shit that is off the Richter in terms of like what our existing belief was in the world, that I can't really be skeptical of anything anymore. Which is why...
Well, one thing you don't need to be skeptical of anymore is life outside of this planet, Jimmy.
Because of the people, the things on the moon.
No, nothing as pedantic as that. That's more semantic, saying, there's people living off the planet, so that means there's life outside the Earth. I mean, the meteorite that came down in South America a couple of weeks ago that had living proteins inside it and on it, which
someone
they
just
think
leave
is
a
actually...
sandwich on it.
No, like they were fucking alive, mate. Like amino acids in that inside it, just fucking living.
Just chilling.
And bacteria, yeah. Things that have never been seen. They can tell they're amino acids because of the way they're built, but they've never been seen on Earth. There's nothing catalogued about them at all. So it's completely new. And they reckon that's where life came from, which means that's come from somewhere else. But also, the way that it is, you could also say it's a massive fossil, and it's just a fossil of something. So I was thinking in my head, does that mean that the dinosaurs were elsewhere, and then, or is it the dinosaurs that got flung up into space, and then they've died and rotted in space and calcified or something, maybe taking up the asteroid belt? And I looked into it, and it turned out there was a planet that was believed to have exploded called Krypton, and then that guy Krypton, which is where they get the name for it from Superman from, it comes from that theory. Yeah. And then that guy also then worked out, actually, this hasn't happened once, this has happened twice, and then he worked out it's happened 3 times, then he worked out it's happened 4 times, and I think they settled on 12 times, saying that planets have exploded randomly around us, and apparently they've just all on a little timer, and at any moment the planet could fucking blow up and kill us all.
As in a literal timer, as in it's going to go when it goes off and then back.
Yeah. You're just going to hear a click and it's all going to go dark. Okay. Well, it's going to go really bright first, and then it's all going to go pretty dark as you suffocate.
Button?
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
Got to be a snooze button. There's got to be a film.
Well, I suppose there's a 6.5 minute snooze button on most catastrophes. Because if the sun explodes,
there has to be the potential for there to be a film where Vin Diesel and
The Rock.
no, because The Rock was going to be my Vin Diesel role, but The Rock
Uh-huh.
doesn't really do space. The Rock does. He tends to do jungles, basically wherever he can wear a khaki shirt. Don't know if you've seen any of the past 15 The Rock films, but that motherfucker be wearing a khaki suit get up.
He does it in Red Notice as well.
Does it in every fucking film, mate. Now,
Yeah.
so it can't be The Rock. I'm guessing Vin Diesel, because also Vin Diesel did Chronicles of Riddick and that in Pitch Black, didn't he? So he's used to space. He's been out there before. Pitch Black, by the way, in Vin Diesel, as far as I'm concerned,
Is that the goth version of that sing-along film?
nope. Pitched terrible career, Vin Diesel, but Pitch Black, great film. It was like I think it was the film before Chronicles of Riddick.
Oh.
It was like how he came about. It was I think that was the first one. Fucking good film, really good film.
Yeah.
But it's going to be him and Chris Rock in space.
Chris Rock.
Somehow finding their way to the snooze button of this planet so it doesn't blow the world up. Speaking of which, have you seen that? I wanted to bring it up. Have you seen that Don't Look Up
Yeah,
on Netflix? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it over Christmas.
What did you think?
I thought it was alright. I thought it was a bit predictable most of the way through. And it seemed like what a lot of conspiracy theorists believe, where they're going, this is the real life, but we're going to pretend it's funny. We're going to pretend it's made up. This is what's going on. Because that's see, the belief is with that Werner von Braun theory about the sort of upcoming plagues of humanity, if you like, the threats, meteorite would be the next one in the list, and it is the next one in the list. So the idea that the readiness for it, because it also made me think, because that came out this Christmas, and then a couple Christmases ago, you had that one that was it called Bird Box, where it was, I think it was the woman from Alien, I think.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the one. Are you thinking about the one where she has to go everywhere with her eyes shut?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
making
where
up-
they're
it's-
all covering the face.
It's what you call it. It's. I'll tell you. You'll get a name from the way I describe it, because a name will just come to mind. In every film, she is white. I mean, obviously she's white. It'd be fucking. Nowadays, she'd probably be cancelled if she weren't white in every film at some point in her career. But she always plays single mother, just trying to get by, just trying to do right for her kids, and then some sort of catastrophic thing comes where she just wants to save her kids, but what she actually does is she saves the world. She in every film she somehow mothers or saves people through her motherly aura, and then that's how, and then somehow she'll find a love interest and she'll be like, no, midway through the film, I can't love you because you're man and I have to look after my kids, and then the world comes first before you, and then by the end she manages to somehow save the earth and realise, actually, I can have this relationship with this person as well that I rejected halfway through the film. Let's fucking book. Yeah, I know you're on about, but as the
I
name,
can't remember her name, though. Her name hasn't come to me. I keep thinking the name Gillian McKeith, but I
no,
don't know who that is.
Gillian McKeith is the woman who
Is
analysed
that the Pooh woman?
Yes, that's exactly it.
I
That is
love her name. I really enjoy her name. It's good to say in voice, isn't it? Like Gillian McKeith.
Sandra
It's
Bullock.
just nice. Sandra Bullock, of course, yes.
Sandra Bullock.
Well, that film predicted, in essence, predicted an invisible enemy. An invisible threat that couldn't be seen. You literally can't look at it. You can't go looking for it or go in looking about it, because it'll find you and it'll get you. And it had a face covering, which in a way, essence, predicted COVID.
Over the eyes, it didn't predict COVID at all. That's
In a way,
That's
if you take it
absolute bollocks.
in the same sense that this one, this thing from the
But that's saying
asteroid
that-
belt is coming over here.
No, because then
and
then you, by opening yourself to that being a predictor means any film that's ever been about a virus ever was a predictor for it. Rather
wasn't
than
about a virus. That wasn't about a virus.
it wasn't, but I'm saying the same thing. Like if you're saying it predicted it because there were face coverings, because it predicted an invisible enemy, any film that's about a virus then predicts there's going to be a pandemic. So then it
Okay.
must have been predicting a pandemic.
Well,
Like,
let me add
doesn't
a couple
apply.
layers here for you then. That was a shit film.
It was a shit film.
Terrible film. Most viewed film of the year, I think.
Yeah, most film. Do
And
you know what that
so
says?
it was sort of forced upon people. I would imagine there was something about it which tricked the human psyche in order to make people watch it, force people into watching it, manipulate them into watching it without them even realising they're being manipulated.
The problem with this is it's the complete opposite, because what you're doing, you're giving the people that would create all this like sort of all this programming and all this sort of like indicators and all that, you're giving those far too much credit, and you're also
I want a job with them, Jimmy.
Wait,
you've got to butter them up.
You're also giving the public far too much credit. The reason shit films are the most watched films in the year every year is because the public are fucking stupid. It's not. There's no bigger plot. There's no greater plot. You don't need to have a massive, fucking convoluted, intricate. Let's all have all these secret societies and these huge research centres and these data mines. Let's have them all working together. No one uttering a word, because everyone knows no one can't help but talk shit all the time. So a word would always get out. But let's have all this secret among all these massive agencies to fucking control the public. When really what it is have you seen that fucking film, like fucking Bird Box on Netflix? And someone go, it's alright, like, I'll watch that with the fucking lass, because she won't watch fucking Fast and Furious with us, so I reckon I could watch that with her. It's people watch shit films because they're a come-between between the people that you're watching it with, where you're like, do you know what? I know you don't like the things that I like, and they're too extreme for you. And you know I don't like the things you like, because I find them shit. So let's find a come-between that is vanilla, that is cardboard of cinema. Let's watch something that has... Eh?
That neither of us will enjoy.
Exactly. That's it. And that's why the best films are. The best films are those that can be enjoyed by everyone, because there's like nothing that really appeals to anyone in particular.
Like Time Bandits on paper shouldn't appeal to anyone.
It's also...
The theory of it, the time-travelling dwarfs who rob stuff, yeah, brilliant. But, I mean, other than that, as maybe like a sketch, it shouldn't have been a film.
Yeah, 100%. Con Air,
good film.
Con Air, mint
I think
film.
Nicolas Cage, one of the best actors that we've had.
Con Air.
Mate. I say this a lot.
Nicolas Cage is not so... do you know what? He's amazing, but he's not an actor. He's just Nicolas Cage. And you don't know which one you're
going to prove that.
And in some films he's mint, and in some films he's not. But at no point is he acting. At all times he's just Nicolas Cage. But Con Air, on paper, awful film. This doesn't really work in our formula, but I just want to talk about Con Air anyway. On paper, awful film. Bloke goes to fucking wrongly accused. He's getting transported. Plane gets taken over. Awful. But the fucking cast, Steve Buscemi, fucking Danny Trejo, Dave Chappelle's in it. Dave Chappelle's in fucking Con Air. Loads of people forget. Dies pretty much at the fucking start.
Obviously, because of the time when the film came out, that was always going to happen.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, also, Dave Chappelle probably asked for that. He's like, I want to fulfill the black person role in the movie. And that's dying right at the start, please.
The first 5 minutes, that's really...
In landing gear or something like that. Fuck, yeah. Dave Chappelle...
I want to trip up, I want to stab myself with my seatbelt.
Yeah. Is Terry Crews in it? Who's the lad who I was confused for Terry Crews? He plays Marcellus Wallace in Pulp Fiction. Vic Rames. Ving Rames, not Vic Rames. He's in it. But this is getting away from our point. Bird Box, it's not a psyop. It's the opposite. The public are just so stupid. But coming back to Don't Look Up, it's not a predictor. Well, me and Jamie, because we watched it together, we're like, it's not a predictor. It's climate change. The point's actually climate change. It's all about climate change. That's
a lot of people seem to have watched it and said the point's about COVID. It's like a satirization on it. If you look at it like that, it could be a satirization on anything.
No,
it could be a satirizing the Disclosure Project. Anything.
No, because COVID's not world ending. It is for a few.
It's
for a
scaled
few thousand
up in
people.
the film, though, isn't it, to add drama. They've scaled up the issue to make it seem a lot worse. If that, and it's easier to grasp and understand.
I mean, it's definitely about climate change.
You think they would have got a little Al Gore character in there?
Well, that's
someone really boring.
Yeah, but that's not how it works now. It's like boring doesn't. Here's an example of why boring doesn't work now. Keir Starmer. Keir
You
Starmer.
don't see much about him, really, do you?
Who's the fuck is bothered? Like, if Keir Starmer started coming out going, like, talk about climate change, I would care less. At the moment, I care somewhat, but like, if Keir Starmer started, well, yeah, slightly, to the point where that's the reason, like, I don't want to have children, is because I don't think that we're going to live beyond our generation.
For me, it's because I don't believe I've got the emotional capabilities to care for a person.
Yeah, no, this is it. There are other things at play. I don't think I could have a bond with a person that I have to bring up stronger than I have with a dog that I have to bring up. My honest belief is I would love my dog more than I'd love a child.
I can understand why.
Yeah, exactly.
You can still hit a dog.
Yeah, you can't say anything.
Yeah.
And the dog probably come running back to you and won't, like, fucking bring it up in years to come with a therapist and possibly get you arrested. Like, there's so many more benefits with it. You can feed a dog scraps and pretty much...
Next to nothing as well.
Next to now. And, like, fucking NSPCC won't come round and council won't come round.
But who will come round is the fucking restaurant owners of the fucking...
and this is where... Yeah.
Catch a plate. Catcher in the fly. Because that's the biggest. That could be the biggest seller.
Fly? Are you fucking for real? Flies are hard catch.
If you put someone in a room with a shitload, like 2,000 blue bottles, I don't care in the size of the room. Someone's catching a fly.
Someone is, but that's one small meal. You think a fly would be like maybe a crushed peanut would be on a fucking salad. Like, you'd have to have a lot of them.
So you're thinking when they come in and kill the animals, they're not just getting the main. They've got to put together a dish.
Oh, well, you don't... Yeah, you get nothing.
Oh, see, I was thinking you just come in, you kick a sheep to death, and you're like, right, I'll have lamb.
No.
Got the lamb already prepared. Because you don't want to eat the one that's just been killed.
To appeal to the vegans, you have vegetable... And to appeal... And to sort of like have it so... Part of your aim, or you can say part of your aim is to turn more people towards veganism, is you have vegetable patches in there. So once the people get really tired and fed up and they're going, right, there's no way I'm actually catching this chicken, I'm going to fucking go and pluck some tatties out the ground, at least I can have chips. And then you take those to the chefs. The chefs will prepare your dishes. But
just a quick point there with the vegans and that, though. We don't want to go too far. I think we keep the idea of killing stuff. So when they do turn to the vegetables, we give them a little bag of lime or a bottle of bleach. And we're like, right, and now pour that in. Where you got that from? Good boy.
You poison your vegetable, but the act of...
The ground, ruin the ground.
Yeah, well, that's not a very sustainable business model, because then where
the
fuck am I going to put the next batch of...
fill it with more animals, and the animals are more expensive than vegetables for the customer to buy.
I want a balanced... You've got to have seasonal produce, and you've got to have a balanced menu, right? You've got to remember this is also a restaurant. This is not just our plaything. It's got to make money. So we need to have a vegetable patch that's always... we need to have a vegetable patch that's always a vegetable
Brazilian
patch.
Place. No, there's that Brazilian place, man, that just sells meat on skewers.
Oh, I've been there.
Ben Brazil.
That's not the one that this is called. This is a place place in Darling that I went to. It's called S something.
There you go. They didn't have vegetables when I went there. Yeah,
there's a salad. There's always a salad bar at somewhere like that, mate. Always a salad bar at somewhere like that. So while we've been chatting, I did a quick check, and like I mean, everyone involved in the film is saying that Don't Look Up is about climate change. Before we come back to...
That's a nice thing for them to go, oh, there, look at this.
It's not a nice thing. It
is, though, because it helps them sell the film. Oh, it's about climate change. Because if one of them say Jonah Hill came out... Jonah Hill comes out and goes, actually, it's about Werner von Braun's prediction for a fake meteorite bringing the world together. Everyone's going to go, oh, Jonah Hill's lost the plot. Climate change is the safe option for them to say it's about.
No, climate change...
As it is with everything. Everyone uses climate change to sell stuff. You've only got to look on the internet and everyone's like, sustainably, ethically, all of that stuff just to sell stuff, man.
Hear us out. What they're doing, because the film is 100% unequivocally about climate change. There's no room for manoeuvre there. It's not Werner von Braun's prediction. It's not fucking Mayan prediction. It's not Heaven's Gate. It's about climate change. But in making the film and their whole driving the point home that like the media don't actually care about doing anything, they just care about making money out of it. Corporations don't actually care about saving anybody, they just care about making money out of it. That's all supposed to be like a big like point of like laugh in the face of all these companies and shit. But by making the film, this is what I can't figure out is they haven't thought about, or is the meta joke. By making a film and profiting off that film that is about all these companies not giving a fuck, they're just showing they're another part of not giving a fuck. Because they've made money out of making a film that highlights that all these media companies and all these businesses don't care about the end of the world and they're happy to profit off it, which is what they've done by making a film about it.
See, with what you're saying there, though, I'd say the reason they made the film is for those reasons, but so that people watch it and go, yeah, but that's just a film, though, isn't it? They're not actually like that. It's not actually like that. Because a lot of people will.
No, they've made it.
I know people, definitely, that would watch that and then take away from that, fuck all. They would take away from it, oh, they're pretending that it's like this. They're saying that it's like this, but in reality, it's not like this. They're not all laughy and smiley and then pretending that they don't care and that. They wouldn't believe it because it's in a film. They've seen it in a film.
The fact they've made it proves that the actual aim of anything isn't to highlight a cause, it's to make money and just to appeal to an audience to make money. Because otherwise, like the whole point in the film is about fucking the media and about like politicians and about like private companies and Elon Musk types benefiting from like the end of the world, and all they've done by releasing it, by making it, spending millions on making it, and then selling this film, is profited off that themselves. It's the fucking, it's fucking funny, but not in a way that I think they believed it to be. And I think although they've made it for the reason to like say it's to explain, it's an analogy of the climate change situation. Again, I don't think they're expecting to convince anyone. It's just like fucking Bird Box and anything else. They don't want to change minds. They just want to release content to keep people watching stuff and spending money. It's not a plot for anything. They're not trying to put ideas in people's heads.
Breadcrumbs, mate. There's little.
It's not, man.
Things.
No, you're putting too much faith in people that they're all these intelligent minds going to doing that. People
it
are
might
stupid.
not be lots of intelligent minds doing it. See, this is the thing. I don't even know if I believe that the celebrities are who they say they are, mate. Not in the sense that I don't believe you're called that and that's not your real name. I know it's not the real name most of the time. Like, I know Jay-Z's real name is on his birth certificate isn't Jay-Z. He's got Sean Carter. Right? I understand that. But what if Sean Carter is also Jay Leno? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just that person and they've got some form of, I don't know, technology imprint over them, green screen over them, or they're wearing one of them dot suits and have been for years, but they don't tell us that they've existed, or there is just a person in a costume or some form of ethereal fucking liquid in a costume.
That's not true.
I don't know that, though.
Both of those people have existed at the same time and, exactly. I dare say, existed in the same room.
But that's what they would do.
They would, right, when that is not an excuse for something when you're making up such a far-fetched theory to the point where your answer to qualify that is, yeah, that's what they would do, though. You know, if they...
Okay, that's not what they would do. If I wanted to pull the wool over people's eyes and fuck with people to that extent, that is what I would do.
Yeah, but...
And I like to think to myself, I would make a good fucking mentalist who could fucking rule the world in a fucking horrendous fucking way. And I would do some of these things, and you can see it happening around you.
I don't think you can. I'm going to go as...
I can.
Yeah, I know you can. That's the fucking issue. That's where therapy helps.
It doesn't.
Well, do you know what? It would be nice. So, therapy can if you actually get it. I've had a fucking past month or so. My current health worker is dyslexic, which means it's the blind leading the blind, and I've not had an appointment in over a month. Supposed to have an appointment today. I rang them up about half an hour before going, am I supposed to have an appointment today? It was supposed to be in person, so I was ready to drive down. They went, yeah, it's going to be a phone appointment. That was at 1 o'clock. I'm still waiting. So it doesn't happen. But to come back to this, you're given your in order to fulfill this end goal you have of there's something massive going on, you're willing to hypothesize that technologies have existed way before they have. Hypothesize that there are massive secrets that like only certain levels of people have access to, that we'll never know about, and like you allow yourself like all these possibilities that really could be disregarded with logic in order to meet an end goal, rather than just seeing that there's a lot that these people can do that's bad and evil without having any of that unnecessary shit that like doesn't fit in.
I get what you're saying. I don't see it like that. And
I don't know how you see it like you do, though.
What do you mean?
You've just said to me that in your realm of possibility, there's a chance that Jay-Z and Jay Leno were the same person.
I was just picking two names out of a hat.
I know, and I'm just using the same example, and saying that through the use of wearing some sort of masking suit or green screen suit, that they've been able to be both those people for years before that technology has even existed. So you're allowing yourself already, just to fulfill your theory, the idea that technology we know hasn't existed for that long has existed for that long. That these two people that have led completely different lives at different times could possibly be the same person. Like, there's too many factors and points at which you think that your ideas can be like, however, this is fucking nonsense, that you're willing to like accept in order to meet an end goal just because you've got an idea of what it could be.
No, I disagree completely. Well, let's make it more for an older listener or for English listeners. There's no reason why Trevor McDonald, right, and Marlon, the guy who plays Marlon in Emmerdale, they could be the same thing, the same entity, the same person, just in costume. I
don't know. They couldn't. They're entirely different sizes.
Could.
They're entirely.
Doesn't matter. That doesn't matter in my head. That really doesn't matter.
Yes, and it should.
Why? I don't get why.
Because
I don't get why you can't see this the way I can.
Because
there is nothing wrong with the way I'm seeing this.
There
am
is.
saying that you got all these people, right, going on harping on about fucking souls and that, right?
Yeah, don't believe those.
There's these people
no
saying
such thing as a soul.
Right, but let's say, so there's no souls. I'll say there's no souls, but there are the extra dimensional entities that latch onto people and that in it and fucking linger around us. You can't say there's not.
No, there aren't.
You can't say there's not.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't, because you can't categorically find them. So until
exactly.
You can't find,
this is it.
Until you prove that you can't find that thing must exist.
No, that's completely wrong.
Is it?
That's completely wrong. You can't.
I thought the whole point of science was to disprove things. So if
you're both prove
that's how
and
I've always understood what science is.
No, it's
the art of disproving something.
It's to both prove and disprove.
I thought it was just to disprove. So until you can categorically say this thing isn't this, then it could be the other thing. It could be an infinite amount of things.
No, but in that respect, you're right. But
see, there we go, and that's all we've got time for, guys.
But for the fact that small part is correct, it doesn't mean that everything in the world is true until you can disprove it. Like, because of you're saying that at any one point. So just because I can't prove, or because I can't see that there are hundreds of ghosts here right now, there must be hundreds of ghosts in here right now. There's no such thing as a ghost. There's no such thing as a soul. These are things that humans have created. It shows human power, the power of the brain and the power of the imagination. But there's no fucking proof for it existing whatsoever. At all. At all. So just because there's no proof of it existing, just because I can't sit here and see it to show you, like, look, it's definitely not here. The fact that I can't see it, it's not here. Now, I know you can talk about gas and stuff like that that's invisible to us.
I was going to bring up gravity, though. Because you could say, oh, you can't see gravity. You can see the effects of gravity. You can say you can measure gravity. You can measure ghosts, apparently,
but
with
that's
those
a
readers
force
that Derek Akora's mates used to use. And you could hear a knocking in another room.
Yeah, it's true.
And be like, there you go.
That definitely wasn't one of the production team throwing a stone off an old boiler. That was fucking Bessie who used to roam these halls and serve tea to people on a night. And then she was tragically strangled when she fell.
She used to nosh the cleaner just at this doorway.
In that boiler. That's her banging his bollocks against the fucking boiler right there. Him swinging, his nuts swinging backwards and forwards as he plows Bessie in the fucking afterlife. Basically, bollocks. There's no such thing as a fucking soul. It's something the human psyche's created to try and create this, to try and make us seem like there's this spiritual side to us. It's not just purely biological and purely like our imagination. Right. Same with
to take that away then again to remove it further. The electrical part of the body. The electricity inside your body, the thing that fucking makes synapses do shit is electricity. So there's electricity in us, within us, and there's electricity all around us, surrounding us. So how do we know that this isn't just electricity, what we are? And that's the quote unquote soul, or the, you know, as other, you know, more specialists might say, the extra dimensional entities, but it could just be electricity in different forms, or.
But that doesn't work with the understanding of electricity, does it? Electricity doesn't have a soul. It's not a life. It's not a life.
No, I'm just
force.
saying
it's not sentient.
It can replace. Excuse me. It can replace the word soul in the.
Not really, because then what about oxygen?
About?
What about oxygen? We breathe oxygen in and out all the time to help us survive. So who's saying that oxygen isn't our soul?
Yeah,
See
but
what
you can put oxygen in and out of a body, and it will still function to a degree. But you need to have that electricity firing around in the brain.
It won't function out of the body for so long. You're going to stop. Same with blood. So, well, if you don't have any oxygen in your body and you stop breathing, you're going to die.
Yeah, but you can make the body carry on for a bit by pumping oxygen through it.
It's going to be dead, though. Your brain's going to be dead. It's not going to. So you're keeping an organism alive, but it's not in any way able to do anything. You can keep it in a state of fucking, like, just being. It's not able to do anything. And that's what we could
do for the concessions menu.
For the really easy catch the kids' meals.
Yeah, the kids' meal. Like disabled ducks and fucking them cats that you see that look like they probably could die, but they live for 5 years on the streets, and you're like, fucking hell.
Like they're always about 23-year-old or something. It's got half an ear. It's the one that's screaming in the alley every night, fighting with the random dogs. That's why it's alive. Yeah. Got
something to live for.
All of our cats were strays, and one of them lived till it was 28-year-old or something, man. It was just off the streets. This thing, it's cancer ate its face. Cancer ate its nose and then all the way to its eyes and shit. It proper fucked its face up. But Trevor McDonald and Marlon aren't the same person, right? The shit that would have to be true, and the things that would have to be possible for that to be right far outweigh the current understanding of the situation, which is that they are two entirely different people.
Far outweighs the understanding of the situation.
I've fucked that up. A far outweighed.
No, I'm not correcting you. That's fine, because that means in the future we may understand how that's possible.
No, in the future, with the existence of like advanced technologies, there's a realm where it could be possible, where people may be able to take different forms. I'm saying that the world as it is now, and especially the world as it is all the time that Jay Leno, Jay-Z, Trevor McDonald, and Marlon from Emmerdale have all existed. No one's all four of those people. Also, what a shit, apart from Trevor McDonald, and Jay Leno's got a decent character, what a fucking weird four people to want to be. Those were the four names
I'm not saying that one person is all them four. I'm not saying there's only one
Why
person in
not?
existence.
I'm saying there is.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
How
ridiculous,
could you
isn't it?
even
What's
believe that?
stupid? Yeah, it would only be two. That's a fucking
Well, they'd get
sensible
lonely,
number.
wouldn't they? They'd get lonely. There'd have to be others. Otherwise, how have they managed
Jay
to put all
Leno's
this together?
chin. There's no way that you could, which also feeds into our last point is faces. But Jay Leno's chin. There's no way you could squash that down to be Jay-Z's face. There's too much chin there. There's too much
But it doesn't
chin.
have to squash down. This is the thing with matter and that.
Nah,
This
nah,
is
nah,
again
nah,
where
nah, nah.
science gets
Nah,
in
nah,
the
nah,
way.
nah, nah, nah,
And
'cause
you're
you're
like,
suggesting-
nothing can
you're
disappear.
s-
That's
no,
one of the
'cause you're
things
s-
they hark on about at school. Science, nothing can just disappear.
You
Yes,
are
it can.
suggesting, because you're about to suggest to me that Jay Leno's chin is made of like human flesh. It's not. That thing's
no.
diamond. There's no way
No,
you
it's
can.
not. It's just made out of some form of
No, it's
synthetic
nah. there's-
rubber, like the rest of the skin costumes
it's-
that they wear.
Jay Leno's chin is of. Here's one thing I'll agree with. That is otherworldly. That is an element we've not yet discovered. That thing has a fucking personality. That thing is sentient. I dare say, when Jay Leno's dies, his chin will live on. If you like did a pulse check on his
Imagine
chin,
that though. Imagine that, like the Late Show with Jay Leno's chin,
Jay Leno's chin,
and it's just hopping up and down on a desk, just clacking against
it's
the
just
table.
in one of those head things from Futurama.
Just his chin.
Just his chin, yeah, not Jay Leno. Jay Leno long gone, couldn't save him. But speaking of weird faces, and also to round things off with where I found my new sense of openness towards the world of conspiracy again has already been. It's already been taken advantage of. Was the recent death of the Bogdanov twins?
That's how you pronounce it, is it? I
Bogdanov.
keep seeing it written down, and I'm like, I'd have no idea.
So the thing I sent you was a
Yeah.
fucking copy pasta.
Oh, so that's not even true.
No, it got your hopes up though, didn't it?
It did.
Which
What a
sort
load
of
of shit.
by accident, what I've done is
There's no accidents. I
No.
know there's no accidents. You're always
Yeah,
trying
well,
to prove a point. You're always trying to teach me something.
no.
That's what this show's become. This show has become. Can I help Jack keep some form of grasp on reality? This was supposed to be a funny, improvised comedy show about conspiracy theories.
Now
when
I
we
feel like I
started.
best check in
And
every
then you
couple of weeks.
Yeah, then you started asking me questions, and I'd tell you the answers to them, and you just sit there dumbfounded and laugh. And then it seems like you've grown somewhat attached to me and thought, well, this fella's probably not going to be around for long because he's either going to off himself or upset someone, and they're going to off him.
So how can I
So
make
we might
myself
as well
look
try
good in
and
the
make
eyes of the
him
public?
happy on the way and make him healthy.
Yeah, well, no, it's so that if and when you do go down in a blaze of glory, I can just have those 5 minutes of fame where I can be like, I can be on the
I
telly,
tried to
and
help
the
you.
name, my name can flash up on the bottom. Jimmy Budd tried to help, and I'd be like, yeah, I mean, I just tried to. I was just a voice. I was there for him when he needed it, you know, and like. Sure, yeah, those 27 children in that nursery, they should never have gone out like that. But to be
You
honest,
should never have made them fight them dogs.
but to be honest, when a man comes walking towards you with 12 car batteries and a can of petrol, like, what do you think's going to happen? What I sent you was a copy pasta, but it got your hopes up, and immediately you were like, do you know what? These lads should be on my radar. I should know about them.
Yeah, exactly. That's I was suspicious though, because I thought I've never heard of this.
Yeah, so in your head, there was no element of this is bollocks. It was immediately, I should know about these guys. These sound like fucking.
There was little bits of it. If I can quickly get that list up while you. There goes the mouse.
The Bogdanov twins, I'll give people a brief breakdown because we've talked about people for 4 or 5 minutes that they may not know. Are they French?
Monsters.
Yeah,
I would
basically.
say. They don't look like people, innit?
The twins, obviously, they were musicians to a degree. They had a TV show. The thing that is true about them, their PhDs. I watched a couple of videos about them today. Their PhDs 100% fraudulently obtained. Their books on their books on physics and like cosmology and shit, mate. This is I'll send you the video. Actually, you'll like this. Like
I read though, other scientists when they peer reviewed it said it's all a load of poppycock.
yeah,
But do you know who else that happened to? Eric von Däniken when he brought out his book in 1968, Chariot of the Gods.
right.
And now they look back on him now According to what he's written at the front of his book that I'm reading, at the reprint of The Chariot of the Gods, a lot of other scientists have come out and said, actually, he was ahead of his time. We just didn't like the way that he put it together because it wasn't like a normal scientific journal.
Okay.
Because he used anthropology and fucking a bit of religion and all these other bits to be like, look, we've got in all this information here, going to put it together.
A bit like Hancock.
A
little bit like Graham Hancock.
Yeah, a little bit. I would say Graham Hancock probably copied Eric von Däniken.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be surprised because that was published in like what, the 60s? Charity of the Gods?
68. It came out in 68.
Well, look at that. But these look like so the people who supported them with this, the only people that supported them were people that profited from the book somewhat. Like that were the only people that managed to get their book into existence to begin with and sort of get it into the public eye. The only people that were like giving it accreditation and shit like that were the people that were making money out of it with them. And there were some dodgy cunts as well. But these Bogdanov twins, they rumoured the copy pasta is. I wanted it to have more substance because it's so fucking funny. Like the owning the Rothschilds and like, I tell you what is true. And it's another chariots of fucking thingy, chariots of the gods, and now this Swing Low Sweet Chariot. The person who sang that's their dad or granddad.
What, Bogdanov?
Yeah. So the mum comes from like nobility. She already had a few kids. She comes from a decent line of like nobility and money. And she had an affair with a singer, who's a black fellow, which, I mean, especially at that time, having an affair, definitely not good. Having an affair with someone who was seen as a lower race at that time, belter of a voice, by the way. They played the original recording of Swing Low Sweet Chariot sang by him. Belter of a fucking voice. What a G. She had a couple of kids to him, those twins. I think they went to live together for a while, but then she was like, yeah.
What, so the Bogdanovs are mixed race?
I believe so.
That's mental, mate, because they look ridiculously white.
Yeah, they also don't look human, though, do they?
I mean, no. But I figured they'd had some, I'd say the word work loosely done. Not much of a job's gone into that, is it?
I tell you what, the one scientific thing about them, the one scientific anomaly and the thing that, considering they are apparently owners of PhDs and they have several books published on like astrophysics and cosmology, the one scientifically surprising thing about them is how those faces manage to stay attached to their heads.
That might be useful, though, to have all of that.
It looks like they've managed to form. They've been building like a resistant barrier to something, because it looks like they've been growing it out. Yeah, like they've been growing it out. They've put well, we want faces, but they just need to be thicker. Impact points. I wonder if they expect if like wormholes and shit, they expect to encounter like debris and stuff.
What if it's like a built-in helmet, though? Because that'd be the next thing. Surely that'd be a fucking well good idea. Have surgically implanted helmets. Just make your head thicker in parts that are important.
Yeah, that sound.
Could be what Botox is, just a test for that.
Yeah, like a bumper. I give you a little breakdown. I mean, obviously, this is from Wikipedia, but I'll give you a little breakdown of the Bogdanov twins and their background. Igor and Greek, I think it's Grecha or Greeka? Fuck knows. Bogdanov were identical twin brothers born to Maria Maya Dolores Franziska Kororat Krasowska, 1926 to 1982, and Yuri Mikhailovich Austin Sakin Bogdanov, 1928 to 2012. That's a fucking while. A Russian painter. Ivar Bogdanov was born 40 minutes before Greiger. They were raised by their maternal grandmother, Countess Bertha Koloratska-Krakowska, in her castle in southern France. Descended from a noble Muslim Tatar family, traceable at the beginning of the 17th century, originally from Penza, one of whose Mirzas covered Orthodox Christianity, and was rewarded with the title of prince by a decree from Tsar Fyodor III. The Mirza did not exercise this right, and the title of Prince Bogdanov was lost by the end of the 19th century. So they came from fucking money, but then she I'm sure she fucked it all off
At the bingo.
for the fucking bingo. I'm sure.
Is that why Mecha Bingo is called Mecha Bingo?
100%. 100%.
I've always wondered.
100%. I don't get that. Apparently, how has there not been a fatwa issued against Mecha Bingo?
What's fatwa mean? Suing them?
No, think of suing someone, but in an Islamic fundamentalist sense. A fatwa is basically a death order, like an open death order, to be like, this person is an enemy of like Islam or whatever. What they've done has been blasphemous to Islam. Blah blah blah. Death upon their heads. You had what you call him? The fuck's his name? Solomon Grundy or whatever his name is.
Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday. What the fuck you on about? He's not real. Do you mean the guy that did the cartoon in France?
No. What the fuck's his name? Someone's gonna tell us in the chat.
Solomon Grundy's a fucking Batman character. In my head, anyway.
Batman villain. Rushdie.
Solomon Rushdie.
Salman Rushdie.
I recognise the name, but don't know who he is.
Novelist, British-American novelist and essayist of Indian descent. He wrote the Satanic Verses, a few other books. There was a fatwa issued against him because of his writings, because of his work. So why the fuck hasn't one been issued against Mecha Bingo?
I don't know.
You'd think they killed a bloke over doing a cartoon, right?
Yeah.
For years, a white business, a white English business, has gone around using their name, so predominantly white, unmasked women can gamble.
They're like sort of having like Bethlehem bets,
but worse.
Betting shop.
But worse, yeah. How have they managed to get away with it?
Bethlehem.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know why you didn't get that
very
first.
weak, but there's something.
Where's this? I want to make sure that this part about the Sweet Chariot bloke wasn't fucking
made up on the spot.
Wasn't part of the fucking copy pasta, yeah. It
also says they had psychic powers.
Yeah.
And that they're part of the ancient bloodline.
Yes.
I believed both of those things. And I was like, I would have thought I'd have heard of these.
I mean, from their faces, you look at their faces and you go, yeah, those are two people that are entirely out of touch with the world as we know it. They have to be of elite descent. Not
even that. I thought he was going to say that for the psychic thing. Because they're not using their mouths to communicate. It looks like it'd be impossible. And they're not going to give much away from their eyes either.
That's very true. Their eyes now, I mean, at this point, at this point, they're not showing anything at all. But, like, their eyes had almost just become, like, tiny,
almonds.
tiny windows. With their vision must be predominantly upper cheek.
Tunnel.
Upper cheek as well.
Vision. Yeah.
Just two peach-coloured hills wherever you're looking. Doesn't matter what
This
direction.
is going to sound really stupid, but do you get pissed off every day because you can see your nose?
Do you know what? It's weird when you catch it.
Catch it? I can see it constantly, mate. It does my head in.
Yeah, but you're not...
The whole time I'm awake, I'm fully aware that I can see my nose.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Okay. Is this where he tells you you're going to get it removed, or...?
No. I just wanted to know if that's something that goes on in other people's heads. I know it's very different from Bogardov, but they look like they didn't even really touch their noses. So maybe that was the only part of themselves they liked seeing.
No, I think they probably
they looked at the nose and thought, do you know what I need? I need more of this in my eye line.
They looked at what everyone else was getting and went, everyone else is getting noses done. Let's be cool. Let's do everything else.
Let's have a natural nose.
Let's leave the nose and let's do every other part of my face. I want to look like an inflatable.
It looks like it made one
balloon.
of them taller.
That's how they turned Trevor McDonald into Marlon from Emmerdale. That's who the Bogdanovs are, mate. Watch.
Yes, The Bogdanovs are the only real people left in
Those
the
are
world.
those are the two only people, and they are everyone else, and they've
People
died.
were getting onto them. They knew, because they've been programming people to believe this stuff for years. They knew someone was going to catch on to it very soon. Some fledgling conspiracy theorists were going to latch onto it. So they faked their own death so that they couldn't be tied to all these other people that they actually are.
That's flawless.
See?
Now I'm fully in with you again.
Good.
I think it's at this point we probably end the show because Chod's on.
Yeah, the beige is fucking chomping at the bits, and he waiting for us to fucking shut up.
I don't think he could care less, to be honest. He's probably 2 soups deep by now. He'll be a little bit rocked. We'll do another one quite soon. I'll take my shit down to. I'll take my shit. Yeah, no one needs to hear this, but we're just gonna fucking stop it anyway.
No, this is